Welcome to Top 10 Archive. We've seen the insides of them so many times that we often feel like we grew up in them. These 10 most memorable movie houses are unique Hollywood abodes that are truly unforgettable. While some of them are fantastical reproductions, courtesy of a soundstage, we'll be sure you know which of these great dwellings you can still visit today. Number 10. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You may be thinking, Ferris Bueller's house wasn't really that memorable. But the suburban home of the Bueller family is not our focus. Instead, we're talking about the glass house that Cameron Fry and his unforgiving father lived in. Known in real life as the Ben Rose House, the glass structure is a forest retreat in Highland Park, Illinois that came with a multi-million-dollar price tag, recently selling in 2014 for just over $1 million, despite being listed at $2.3 million. While much of the money was spent outside of the abode, it was the home to one of the film's most memorable scenes, where Ferris hypothesizes that the mileage they put on Cameron's father's 1961 Ferrari 250 GT California Spider can be taken off by running the car in reverse, having disastrous results. Number 9. The Addams Family. Whether you're a fan of the television show or the movies, the Addams Family Mansion at 001 Cemetery Lane has always been an imposing house with an unexpected, creepy attractiveness to it. The striking structure was not your average single-family home, having multiple levels of unkempt madness that sported up to 30 different rooms, including a laboratory, a dungeon complete with torture devices, a bottomless pit, a vault, and a plethora of secret passages and underground tunnels. The original televised home once stood at 21 Chester Place in Los Angeles, California, but has since been replaced by a track and field. Number 8. Halloween, 1978. Iconic music, an unforgettable masked killer, the screaming talents of Jamie Lee Curtis. The original Halloween had it all, including 3 set pieces that horror fans are sure to remember inside and out. It's arguable which of 3 homes lingers in viewers' minds longer, but we have to go with the home that started it all, the blood-soaked Meyer House. Our introduction to the 1890s abode, originally located at 707 Meridian Avenue in South Pasadena, California, was through the eyes of the youthful killer, slinking around darkened rooms before confronting his bare-chested sister with a kitchen knife. The Meyer House became a haunted legend in Haddonfield and one of Hollywood's most memorable homes. Unfortunately, the actual structure has since been moved and turned into a chiropractor's office. Number 7. House on Haunted Hill, 1959. The 1999 remake of the Vincent Price classic House on Haunted Hill may have largely taken place in an old asylum, but the original stayed true to the name and unfolded entirely in a haunted house on a hill, or rather a house on a haunted hill. Either way, the location of the Mayan-inspired Ennis Brown house proved to be the perfect site for William Castle's spooktastic horror romp of 1959 and remains a horror icon today. The house still stands at 2607 Glendower Avenue in Los Angeles, California, though has since achieved landmark status. You can still observe it from afar and remember iconic scenes from inside the house, such as the old gray-haired spook that threw early Scream Queen Carolyn Craig into a screeching fit. Number 6. The Amityville Horror. It all began with 6 gunshots and the murders of the entire DeFeo family at 112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville, New York. Ronald DeFeo had murdered his mother, father, 2 brothers, and 2 sisters before walking down to Henry's bar to confess his crimes. The house became a focal point of the murders, especially after the Lutz family claimed to have witnessed extreme supernatural events that led to the 1977 book by Jay Anson and subsequent Stuart Rosenberg film. The 2-story Long Island home became synonymous with evil thanks to the 1979 movie, drawing in gawkers that still seek out the home. Multiple renovations have long since removed much of the home's creepier features, such as the menacing top-floor windows and the older-styled exterior facing. Number 5. Father of the Bride, 1991. We loved watching Steve Martin learning to grow as a father of his cherished daughter, but the large abode that played host to the Banks family was equally as memorable. Though George Banks' connection to the home doesn't really play a central role until the follow-up, Father of the Bride 2. It's the first, more successful movie that first led us into the beautiful colonial where George watched his daughter, Annie, grow. The grand building, which tops out at around 4,400 square feet or 408 square meters, was a great setting for the hectic wedding. The real home at 500 North Alamance Street in Pasadena, California, was listed in 2016 for $1.998 million and is still standing. just don't trample the pansies. Number 4. Citizen Kane. The 1941 classic Citizen Kane follows the legacy of Charles Foster Kane, a wealthy newspaper publisher with an affinity for his childhood sled, and a home that some would immediately think belongs to Count Dracula. The large home, built on a private mountain in the deserts of the Gulf Coast in Florida, calls back to Hearst Castle in San Simeon, California, especially as Kane parallels the real-life publisher William Randolph Hearst. The gloomy Kane estate, Xanadu, serves as the opening shot of the film and gives immediate insight into the movie's namesake character and the state of his life. The shadow of Xanadu looms in the distance and serves as the setting for the opening and closing scenes of the film. To visit the castle that served as Xanadu's exterior, Kane fanatics will need to trek to Oheka Castle in Huntington, New York. Number 3. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Many homes wind up taking the center stage of Hollywood-themed movies, such as the humble Parker home of A Christmas Story. But the Griswold home of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is about as memorable as they come. From the squirrel chase to the climactic Christmas close, we get a full tour of the Griswold household and get to soak in every bit of the 80s that decorate the studio-built interior. That's right, to relive the best moments of the Griswold holiday and recapture the beauty of this suburban abode, you'll be traveling to the Warner Brothers Ranch backlot in Burbank, California. Number 2. Psycho. While the iconic stretch of motel rooms stole the show of Alfred Hitchcock's 1960 horror thriller Psycho with one chocolate syrup-filled scene, the looming Victorian completes and amplifies the uneasy personality of Norman Bates, portrayed by Anthony Perkins. The memorable mansion, which sits on Universal Studio Hollywood's backlot, is clearly sending a message to the viewer that there's something definitely wrong with the Bates' family even before Marion Crane's untimely departure. From Perkins's voice echoing from the top floor screaming about blood, to a mother that we assume is real, to the film's big reveal, the Psycho house adds the perfect backdrop to Hitchcock's masterpiece. Number 1. Home Alone. Keep the change, you filthy animal. We can think of no other Hollywood home that deserves the number 1 spot as much as the McAllister mansion of the 1990 holiday classic Home Alone. Macaulay Culkin's fun-loving Kevin makes use of every inch of the massive house, even the haunting boiler room in the dark basement. The booby-trapped house is gorgeous and massive from the outside, and even more so in the very 90s interior. The large master bedroom, attic bedroom, and multiple living spaces play host to our favorite scenes from this slapstick holiday favorite. Located at 671 Lincoln Avenue in Winnetka, Illinois, the home may have an entirely redecorated interior, but the exterior is pretty much just as we remember it. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, be sure to visit and sign up with our friends at Geek Fuel by using our affiliate link found in the description section. For just $20 a month, you'll receive at least $50 worth of geeky stuff that you'll actually use. Each box comes with a t-shirt you'll actually want to wear, and a free Steam game download, usually valued at $10 or more. Don't miss out on this monthly box that Stan Lee himself endorses. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to keep updated on more lists like these, box openings, and giveaways.
Bueller. 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 Bueller.